Assalamualaikum and good afternoon to Dr. Idris and fellow classmates. My name is Nur Hidayah binti Masabri from class 3A. Today I will be presenting about factor affecting talent migration among Gen Z workforce in e-commerce industries in Malaysia. This study is part of our individual assignment HRM 552 subject talent acquisition, and its focus on the issues of brain drain. Specifically, why many skilled Gen Z professionals in e-commerce sector in Malaysia are choosing to work abroad. This topic is crucial as it impacts the country's abilities to retain future leaders and innovators. I hope this presentation will offer some insight into the challenges and possible solution for talent retention. Thank you, and let's begin. Have you ever wondered why so many talented Malaysians are choosing to work abroad instead of staying here in Malaysia? It's part of phenomena called brain drain, a situation where large number of educated and highly skilled people leave their own country to live and work somewhere else, usually in search of better salaries, career growth, and working conditions. So let's watch this video to get better overview.
Brain drain cuts across all industries in Malaysia, and the number has increased over the years. It is estimated that out of 2 million Malaysians living abroad, 1/3 comprises highly skilled individuals above the age of 25. Singapore, with its close proximity, remains a primary destination for Malaysians. More than 1 million are said to be residing there, a fourfold increase over the past 4 decades.
Malaysia is renowned for its beautiful nature, good food and friendly people. So why would anyone want to leave this beautiful country? Malaysia sees top talent departing for the US, Japan and Singapore. At the other end of the scale, Malaysians are willing to undertake so-called 3D jobs in Singapore. Dirty, dangerous and demeaning, because they make a lot more money in Singapore than they can at home.
Losing even one talent is a big thing for us because this talent pool is our talent pool. You know, we train them and we want to train them some more to take over the specialists. If they all leave, we won't have enough specialists in time to come. We won't have enough people to train the next junior level also. So it's a concern for us.
People around me, I know, want to leave because they feel hopeless, whether it's because of politics of the past few years or the fact that they feel like things are not on an upward trajectory over here in Malaysia, whether it's for the country or for their own personal growth. They feel that there are better opportunities elsewhere and their talents are more well valued, they're paid better. Of course, Singapore is considered sort of at the apex of the region and international opportunities in Singapore.
In 2023, Malaysia's Human Resources Minister revealed that the country's brain drain far exceeded the global average, with close to 2 million Malaysians having relocated overseas.
In Malaysia's case, over 1.8 million Malaysians have already made the move. That's about 5.6% of our total population. Even more eye-opening, more than 1.13 million have headed just across the causeway to Singapore. And Singapore isn't just a random pick. Around 47% of all Malaysian diaspora now live there. Other top destinations include Australia, Brunei, United Kingdom, and United States. With these 5 countries together hosting almost 84% of Malaysians abroad. Why? Because they offer exactly what many are looking for: higher salaries, better opportunity, better career opportunities, safer environment, and better infrastructure. But it's not just any Malaysian they do. It's our skilled professional. In Brunei, 68% of Malaysian migrants are highly skilled workers. And in Singapore, it's almost 40%. These aren't just numbers. They represent our engineers, our designers, our digital marketers, people who are supposed to build Malaysian future. The sad reality is Malaysia currently ranked 71st for attracting talent and 66th for retaining it in the Global Talent Competitiveness Index. We're investing in developing skilled individuals, but we're struggling to keep them once they're ready to shine. One generation is feeling this, especially Gen Z. Born between 1997 and 2006, roughly aged 18 to 27 years old today, Gen Z has grown up in a fully digital world. They are tech-savvy, fluent in social media, and quick to pick up new trends. Exactly the kind of skill needed in Malaysia's fast-growing e-commerce sector. Since the COVID-19 pandemic, e-commerce has exploded, creating a huge demand for roles like data analysis, online marketing, specialists, and e-commerce strategies. You think Gen Z would be perfectly positioned to lead the wave, but they are. But there's the catch. Gen Z doesn't just want a job. They want purpose, flexibility, work-life balance, and positive workplace culture. If they don't find it there, they're not afraid to look elsewhere, including abroad. And who could blame them when countries like Singapore offer package that ticks all of their boxes? So let's explore the factor influencing talent migration among Gen Z employees in Malaysia e-commerce sector. Imagine this, you're fresh graduate, full of ambition, moving to Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia's city of dreams. You land your first job in the booming e-commerce industries, ready to take on the world. But by the end of your very first month, reality hits harder than expected. Your paycheck, the one you were so proud of, disappeared almost instantly. RM2,000 ringgit for rent, 305 ringgit for utilities and internet, 100 ringgit for public transport, 70 ringgit for basic groceries, and 250 ringgit for insurance and healthcare. And another 5,000 ringgit for just a little leisure. And suddenly, almost 3,900 ringgit is gone. And what's left? Maybe just enough to survive until the next payday. But certainly not enough to save, invest, or dream bigger. This isn't just Ahmad's stories or one isolated cases. It is the reality facing thousands of Gen Z professionals today. Malaysia's standard of living in cities like Kuala Lumpur and Selangor undoubtedly risen. On paper, Malaysia still seems affordable compared to global giants. But the truth, when you balance salary against real-world expenses, the math just doesn't add up. Salaries have barely moved while daily costs quietly climb higher every year, leaving many young Malaysians trapped in the cycle where working harder doesn't mean living better. That's why many begin looking towards places like Singapore, where even though living costs are higher, the rewards are real. Better wages, strong infrastructure, reliable public services, and a true shot at financial independence. Let's think about it for a moment. When a fresh graduate enters the workforce, what do they really want? It's not just paycheck. It's growth opportunities and clear path to build a future. For many young Malaysians today, especially Gen Z, that path feels frustrating, narrow. Here in Malaysia, the reality is Malaysian labor market still struggle with skill-related underemployment. According to the Department of Statistics Malaysia, DOSM, many graduates, particularly those under 24 years old, find themselves working job doesn't match their qualification. Imagine studying 4 years for your degrees in digital marketing, only to land a position unrelated to your field. Over time, this mismatch can chip away at ambition and motivation. Now, let's compare that to Singapore. Over the past few years, Singapore has positioned itself as a digital economy powerhouse. Its e-commerce market was valued at 5.9 billion US dollar at 2021, and it's projected to hit to 10 billion US dollar by 2026. A clear sign that the demand for tech savvy is only growing. Young professionals there aren't just working, they're advancing. Skill development program like Skill Ignition Singapore developed alongside Google actively prepare youth for in-demand roles, giving them the edge needed to stay ahead in the competitive industries like IT, fintech, logistics, and online retail. Professionals in Singapore get early exposure in international market, high-level projects, and cutting-edge technologies. For Gen Z, a generation that value meaningful work, fast growth, and recognition, staying stagnant isn't an option. They're looking for an environment that allow them sharpen skills, climb faster, and create an impact. And right now, Singapore offers them exactly that. Picture this. You landed a dream job. You got ambition, drive, and future mapped out. But every time you walk home late, check the news, or even scroll your social media, one question keeps creeping into your mind. Am I really safe here? For many young Malaysians, that uneasy feeling isn't just paranoid, it's reality. Malaysia Crime Index stood at 60.28% in 2025, more than double Singapore, which is 22.65%. Every petty theft, every violent crime headline, every feeling of uneasy push another Gen Z professional one step closer to the exit door. And safety isn't just about crime. It's also about political stability, or the lack of it. In 2023, Malaysia Political Stability Index was in shaky 0.17, while across the causeway, Singapore boosted at rock solid 1.42. When government changes are frequent and policies are unpredictable, it creates uncertainty for business and individuals alike, making career planning and life plans so much harder for Gen Z employees. Let's not forget Mother Nature. Flood risk in Malaysia, 68 out of 10. Without stronger disaster preparedness, better urban planning, flood control, and emergency system, natural events become personal crisis, making everybody life feel just a little more unsafe. And in today's world, safety also lives online. Cyber attack in Malaysia rose by 40% between 2022 and 2023. Gen Z, the most connected generation in history, know that losing digital trust is losing freedom itself. If their emails, bank account, and private data aren't secure, why should they build their digital life here? You graduate with honors. You imagine yourself walking in a high-tech city, fast internet, smooth transportation, skyscrapers, buzzing with opportunities. And then reality hits. You arrive in Cyberjaya, Malaysia much hyped Silicon Valley. At first glance, it looks promising. White roads, modern building, tech logo on signboard, but as you settle in, you notice the crack. Half-empty office building, pack of dead internet zone, promises of innovation without the ecosystem to back up them. Cyberjaya was launched in 1997 with a bold dream. By 2020, only 60% of them was filled. The dream has slowed, and so had the hope of many young Malaysians who pinned their future on it. Meanwhile, just across the causeway, Singapore was quietly and consistently building. No big hype, just result. 95% fiber broadband coverage, public transport that actually arrive on time. 2.5% of GDP pour into research every single year. A government that weaves technology into every layer of life, from classroom to clinics. In Malaysia, you feel like you're fighting gravity. In Singapore, you feel like you're riding a rocket. The challenges is clear. Brain drain must be prevented, not discussed endlessly. Malaysia can win this battle with strong, focused action across key areas. First, we must make staying the smarter choice by improving the standard of living. The progressive wage policy under the Madani economic framework must be aggressively implemented, ensuring wages grow in line with productivity so young professionals can handle living costs. Affordable housing program like Residency Wilayah and Prima must be expanded swiftly, making urban life within reach without trapped graduates in debt. At the same time, public services must be improved more efficient, like MRT and LRT system, like the healthcare, and nationwide fast, affordable internet must be non-negotiable basics. Imagine if you could afford a home, enjoy easy commutes, and have world-class healthcare without going broke. Would you still think about living? Flexible work arrangement, hybrid job, and active career development must be frequent, especially for tech-savvy Gen Z talents. Alongside this, we must create vibrant cities with parks, art, and community hubs that young people feel proud to call home. Expert program REP, which offer tax exemption and support to skilled Malaysians abroad, should be expanded to include retention program that target fresh graduates before they consider migration. Career growth opportunities must be reimagined. Malaysia needs to launch large-scale upskilling program model after Singapore Skills Ignition SG, in direct partnership with tech giant to prepare our youth for the digital economy. Companies must establish clear, transparent career ladder, offering leadership, grooming, mentorship, and internal promotions. Salaries must be competitive, especially in tech, finance, and other high-demand sectors. It's not just to survive, but to thrive. If your salary grew every year and a mentor guided you to leadership, what you will need to live. Safety and security cannot be overlooked. Malaysia must urgently strengthen law enforcement visibility, invest in smart surveillance, and grow community policing program to make every city feel safer. Political stability must be fortified with transparent leadership, consistent policies, and reduced government turnover, because uncertainty drives that way. Disaster resilience must also be taken seriously through early warning system, smart flood prevention, and effective disaster response team. Cybersecurity threat must be crushed head-on with expanded cyber frameworks and powerful public-private alliances. If you felt truly secure online and offline, will you still want to live? Finally, infrastructure must match ambition. To mitigate the brain drain driven by infrastructure and development gaps, Malaysia must prioritize consistent investment in technology, transport, and research. As of 2024, Malaysia gross domestic expenditure on R&D, GERD, 1% of GDP, far below the target needed to match regional competitors. According to Bernama, Malaysia needs 85.7 billion investment to reach 2.5% GERD by 2025 and 3.5% by 2023, with 60 billion expected from the private sector. Rural areas must no longer lack full 5G internet coverage must be achieved to ensure no Malaysian is digitally left behind. Expanding digital infrastructure is also urgent, although Malaysia achieved at 97.4% internet penetration rate by early 2024. Rural areas still face connectivity challenges that limit equitable access to opportunities. Public transport reliability remains another pressing issue. A 2023 survey by FOMCA found that 54% of users cited lack of punctuality as the main complaint, followed by poor last-mile connectivity and high fares, 47%. Public transport must be modernized with reliable, punctual services and seamless last-minute connection. Additionally, Malaysia's Smart City framework is showing positive signs, with Kuala Lumpur rising 60th spot to rank 73 globally in the IMD Smart City Index as of 2024. Smart City initiatives like 5G buses, hydrogen-powered trams, AI-driven city management must go from blueprint to everyday reality. In conclusion, the fight against brain drain in Malaysia is not just about keeping young talents from leaving. It's about creating a country where they want to stay. By addressing the core factors from improving wages and housing to enhancing career growth, safety, and infrastructure, Malaysia can transform into a thriving environment for its young professionals. It's about more than just economic growth. It's about building a future where Malaysia offers both opportunities and stability, where individuals can dream big without feeling the need to look elsewhere. If Malaysia invests in its people through fair wages, affordable living, career development, safety, and modern infrastructure, it can reverse the tide of migration and cultivate a nation where talents see their future, not in foreign land, but right here at home. Together we have the power to shape the future. So that's all from me. Thank you.